All right, guys, I caught up with Chad because he's letting me crash at his house out here in freaking Arizona, and he's showing me a great time. But anywho's, we're riding around in his 1955 Chevy Bel Air, and this car is very special. So I'm gonna flip this camera around, and Chad is gonna tell us all about it.
So first off, Josh, I appreciate you letting me hijack your channel for a day. I know he came out here for Dino's, and today's a little more vintage hot rod stuff. But
yeah, man.
You only get out here once, so I appreciate you giving me the time today, and hopefully your viewers aren't upset that, oh, we're looking at 55s and dragsters, not C10s. But
no, this is some killer stuff, man.
So Josh has kind of met me, but I've been a hot rodder kind of my whole life. So I started out, it was like Mustang, Fox bodies and stuff like that. But now my dream car was always a 55 Tri-5 Chevy. So 10 years ago when I lived in LA, I found this car. We pulled it out of a literal chicken coop sat since 1985. We hooked up a bulldozer to the axle, pulled it out of the back of the chicken coop, and I started redoing this car in 2013. Finished it in 2014. So during that time, I'd visited my father. His health was failing, and I was up there. We were in Northern California getting my jacket. I was cold, and he's like, go in my closet, get a jacket. When I was in there, noticed a trunk, and it was my grandfather's trunk. My grandfather, John Anderson, was a Navy Seabee. He was in Pearl Harbor. He was stationed first in 1940 as a Seabee, was there for a year, had a little bit of leave, came back. That's when they conceived my father. He went back to Pearl Harbor, was there during the bombing, and from what I gathered from my grandmother was that they had bombed it. Obviously my grandfather was sleeping bunks, woke up, he was a Seabee and he ran a dozer building the runways. So he's out there trying to clear the runways that morning so they can get P-51s off to help defend against the Japanese. So anyways, I go in my father's closet and he has my grandfather's trunk from the Navy, and it's a small wooden box, and on the top of the trunk was this emblem right here. And it's a Seabee, and that is a picture to scale of the emblem. And if you know anything about Seabees, it's changed over the years, but I don't know if he got the trunk in 39 or 40 and the emblem was on there, or if the emblem's from 46 when he was getting out, but that is it. And I was building this car and I wanted to kind of memorialize and show my appreciation to veterans, my grandfather, my father, everybody that served. So we did a Army Green 55 Chevy.
Yeah, man.
She's bad to the bone. And I had these decals made, and we ended up surprising my father in 2016. He did not know. I took a picture of the emblem. He did not know I was building this car, and he did not know I was putting the emblem on the car. And my uncle and my aunts kind of worked it all out, so we surprised my father at Holocaust Nights, Reno, Nevada, in 2016 with this car. And kind of like a family deal. My grandfather passed when I was real young, so I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him, but met him, and this is kind of how I want to honor those guys and appreciate all the veterans. So
absolutely,
this is the real is how it's done.
Real quick before we hop in, I got a question for you. Now, I heard you talking to the fine lady at this establishment, which we'll touch base on in a second, and you said that your grandfather had a car, a 55, and that's why you chose this car, because that was something that he had, and then, of course, you put your touch on it.
That is correct.
Yeah, that is awesome, man.
I have 2 aunts and an uncle, and then my father, so it's a family of 4. My father is the oldest, and what they had, I guess, growing up in Omaha, Nebraska, was a 55 Chevy 4-door version. Mm-hmm. So my grandfather, John Anderson, this is what he drove, took the family around in it must have been late 50s. They had a 55 Chevy of the 4-door version. So like I said, it's all kind of honor to my grandfather, the family, veterans, what they've done, and that's kind of what the car is all about.
But you still have fun with it.
Yeah, no.
It's not something that you sit there and take care of. From what I've seen today, he's been driving me around in it. You beat on it.
No, it's, you know me, Josh. I'm a hot rodder, so I've got a few hot rods. This is one of my favorites. Obviously, it means, it's a personal attachment to it, but it's a very fun car to drive. It's got a aluminum head 400 small block, Muncie M21 behind it.
Can we take a look?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not the cleanest, but
yeah, it's not. It's not about how clean it is. It's about how good it runs. We've been ripping this thing around, dude, and that Muncie 4-speed really connects, man.
Which Josh is going to be able to tell you about here in a minute, because up next, he's getting behind the wheel of this thing. You don't fly all the way out or drive 2,200 miles across country,
right?
Not to drive a 55 Chevy on a beautiful Arizona day like this.
Right.
So, yeah, we're Scottsdale, Arizona. He's going to get behind the wheel next. And if you saw his earlier video, it's not always perfect. It sits in the garage a lot. We didn't have headlights when we started this morning, but she comes around.
She came around. We're good. We got the sun out right now.
I probably need to drive it a little more, but yeah, that's the scoop on this car.
That's cool.
I'm glad you came out here. You're able to see it. And
absolutely.
You tune in because you're going to get behind the wheel, and it's not only does it look cool, it's a fun car to drive. I have a lot of hot rods. This is my all-time favorite. A lot of people say that. Get behind a Tri-5 and you won't forget it. And Josh he'll be able to tell you.
I'm like halfway there. I've been in the passenger seat all day, and I'm like, man, you made me want to get one of these, dude.
Yeah. So we're not trying to convert it. It's going to be OBS and C10s and Blazers.
Yeah.
But you come out to AZ in November, you gotta do a couple burnouts in a 55 Chevy, especially an Army Green.
Right.
Flat, so we'll rip it.
Absolutely. So some more cool stuff about this car I want you to get into is, like we're staying at your house.
Yes.
You built the house.
Yes.
You didn't have it built.
Nope.
You built this car. You didn't have it built. You did the body work, not with Bondo, with lead.
Yeah.
You did all the paint work on it. You did all the motor work, everything, right?
Yeah, every nut and bolt. It was a frame loft restoration. I did it all. It was when I lived in California, but 100% lead car. There's no body filler.
Which is crazy, man, because this thing is straight. Yeah. It is real straight. And the interior is super, super clean.
Don't look at my sewing skills. That's not the best.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it looks great to me.
Yeah, it's
And you put some hot rodder parts in it too, like the Muncie 4-speed shifter.
Yeah, it's all Cal Custom stuff. So I lived in obviously lived in LA, and when I was building this, I think I went to Pomona 3 or 4 times a year. And if you ever make it to Pomona, California, that's a real sweet, that's a bucket list. But you need Tri-5 Chevy parts.
Yeah.
Pomona, you could build 6 of these out of the parts out there. But so I got a lot of help from my guys in California.
Yeah.
And like my house, it wasn't just me. I had 2 of my real good friends from back home, Matthew and Andrew Van Osdale, flew out, best framers.
Yeah.
Best friends, dude. They're great. Mikey helped me dig out, my pit and everything. So I had a lot of help, and you kind of talk about it all the time, but life's not really about material items and stuff. It's the friendships. You take it with you, and that's what helped me build my house, helped me build the car, and now it's helping us build futures, right, bro?
Yeah,
You're coming
man.
out anytime you want, bro.
Absolutely.
So it's cool that 6 months after I met Josh, he's out here in AZ, making it to Dino's.
Yeah.
So
nuts, man.
We want to make sure, you come back out and visit. And
Yeah.
I'll see you in Daytona one of these days.
Yeah,
too,
man.
so.
Hey, you got an open bedroom at my house, man.
No, I appreciate it.
Anything else you want to tell us about the car? I know we got side exit exhaust. You got fatties in the back, skinnies in the front.
Yeah, it's got bigs and littles. It's got flamethrowers. So.
Oh, it does? Okay, yeah. I haven't seen that yet. Maybe we'll see that in a little bit.
It's pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
But it's real good at night.
Yeah.
It's a gasoline flamethrower, so it's not propane. So they're only a little foot out or whatever. But
for safety reasons.
We take this car to Hot August Nights in Reno.
Yeah.
And really cool show up there. It's a week long. You tour around all the city, and you stay at all the casinos. Huge car show.
Yeah.
So we throw candy to the kids, and that's kind of a rowdy. It's still the Wild West out at Hot August Nights. We'll get you out for that show, but
one day, man.
That's why flamethrowers, the look, the sound. Yeah, it's side exit exhaust, but this is also so we shrunk this down, the decal here, but this is Navy Seabees. That's their motto. We build, we fight, can do, and that just all the guys in the Navy Seabees, and we show the car A few times, you know, I don't get it out as much as I'd like, but the guys really appreciate it, and Seabees are going strong. And
yeah, today we had multiple people come up at the car show, and oh, you know, like a guy came up to me, he was like, I was a Seabee, and he started telling me about his time that he served, and then we had another guy come up and he was asking you about it.
Yeah,
it's awesome, man.
It's a cool branch of the Navy, and they're kind of the gearhead mechanical guys, and like I said, this is just a thanks and an homage to those guys, and
absolutely,
it's what I could do, and it's a cool car, man. Wait till you drive this thing, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm excited.
Wait till you drive it.
So the last thing is we're walking around this random parking lot. Like, nobody's here. We're not at a car show. Normally we're at a car show. So Chad took us to this place. So tell us about where we're at right now.
Okay, we're in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's Salt River reservations, and what had happened was the actual Seabees, not from the 40s, the Seabees from 2018, donated the last piece of the USS Arizona that was in Hawaii, shipped it up here. It's in this exhibit, and the Salt River tribe built this memorial around it, and it's really something. And Ryan Coe is the one who's like, bro, you need to get out there and check this out. So what it is it's a life-size depiction of the USS Arizona. That's the tip, that's the tail, that is the cabin there, and you sit on the deck. Inside is a piece of the battleship. So, and there's some, you know, there's a lot of history here because these staffs represent the lives lost and the survivors. So
yeah, the tall ones represent the footprint, and the ones that are inside, they represent
the fatalities.
Yes.
All the lives lost at USS Arizona.
Yes.
And the little short ones.
You see them right here.
Those are the survivors. And
yes.
You ever learn about the USS Arizona? It was Pearl Harbor. It was a pretty crazy day. You know, December 7th, 1941.
Oh yeah, they have their signage here.
Yeah.
So if you guys are ever in Scottsdale, you got to stop by this exhibit. It's awesome, man. And what better place to talk about this car than at the USS Arizona exhibit. And also, one other cool thing is you have can we say this?
No, you cannot. We brought Voss out here for a reason. He went to
Hawaii.
He went to Hawaii to see this.
Doing renovation.
Yeah.
And it was closed, and I didn't know about it. So
yeah, and
we walked around the Mizzou, which was mind-blowing to be on that big of a battleship. But
yeah, so he was out here for Dino's, and I was like, we're going to the pavilions, and I said, I can't put you on the USS Arizona, but it's the next best thing. So
yeah.
Appreciate it. It gives you, it's crazy to stand out and see the size of this.
It really is.
Josh will let you guys know. I mean, he brings you guys to what we're doing all day. So hope you enjoy it. And again, I apologize for hijacking your gig for the day, but I'm glad you could ride along, and
yeah,
maybe your viewers see a little bit different, you know.
A little different content.
It's not all dualies and K5s. Yeah. We'll get in a 55 Chevy every now and again.
Yeah.
So
well, Chad, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, brother, anytime.
As always.
You know it.
That's a little for Derek. Break down, Derek.
Break down, Derek. Yeah. All right, let's go for a rip, dude. This is actually the first time I've actually done a ride along with one of these. This will be cool.
Wait till you drive it, bro.
Yeah.
You're driving.
We're flipping and flopping. You want to be the cameraman?
Yeah. Pull and twist.
Here, watch your fingers on the lens too. Yeah. Sorry, man. You're giving me directions. I'm giving you directions.
It's all good, bro.
Did it come up?
Twist and push in. There you go. Push in. It's off.
Oh, sweet. All right. It's been about 10 years since I've driven a stick. And I was gonna say this is the first time we did a ride along, but apparently I'm doing the driving now.
Yeah. So
that might be first.
Yep. That's it. Second, third.
Oh yeah, we got this, bro.
Yeah, you got it.
Just gotta learn these brakes real quick.
They're good, but they're not great.
They're good, but they're not great. That's what I'm used to, man.
Yeah. So.
I think we're in first.
You got it. Hammer down.
I'm getting straight first. I don't want to go sideways. Yeah!
Yeah, buddy!
Yeah, buddy! Oh, that's
what you need in your life.
Yeah, man. There's nothing like a freaking Muncie 4-speed, bro.
Yeah, no, that's the God's honest truth.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys and gals. As always, I appreciate you watching this one. Chad, thanks for letting me drive this freaking 55, dude, and getting me hooked on something else.
Of course.
I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Scottsdale, Arizona, there's Camelback Mountain. You like how you shifted from first to fourth and it didn't kill it?
I thought I took off in third.
No, you did get first, but you shifted to fourth.
I thought
It takes a little getting used to.
Yeah, it does, man. Yeah, it
Driven
does.
this car for 10 years, and I love it. But
Absolutely.
this is it's cool, man. I'm glad you got to experience